everyone, welcome to the worst show on the internet, The Losers Final Update. It's me, The Loser of 08, and let me close my computer screens as it's an annoyance on my glasses because it shows the reflection. So, I have some stuff to show you, but first, before we get into the vinyl stuff, I have tapes too, like how it usually is. So I only have a couple of tapes this time. Nothing too major, nothing too crazy, no black metal dungeon synth stuff right now. Tape numero uno, Trading Basics by Palm. Palm are a really cool experimental rock band. I got this at a show that they played in DC, I think a couple months ago. I forgot when it was. It was really cool. I didn't make a live review video because I don't know if it was gonna get too much. I don't know. But a quick review of that. That was a pretty cool live experience. They play a really chill show, really relaxing vibe. The guitarist at one point was playing like Casio drum sounds and steel drums out of his guitar, and I thought that was pretty fucking cool. So yeah, Trading Basics by Palm, really awesome experimental rock. As I mentioned in my review of Shadow Expert a while back, they remind me of like this kind of like a diet, lighthearted version of This Heat. Like, that's what they remind me of. So yeah, Palm. Next up, I got this yesterday, actually. Pizzicato 5, made in the USA. This was a compilation tape released in '94, I believe, from Matador Records when they got signed on Matador. Like, and it's like, this is their like first exposure into the US. Like, hey, there's a cool band in Japan called Pizzicato 5. Pizzicato 5 are a Shibuya-kei, you know, those cool art pop dudes from the Shibuya-kei shopping district in the 90s. But they, like, them and Flipper's Guitar, I believe, were like the early innovators of the genre. And yeah, this is some really fun, funky, cool music. So yeah, Pizzicato 5's like American World Tour excursion from '94 to '95 is a really like cool little time window of like, hey, let's try to break it out into the world. And then afterwards it was like, I don't know if they succeeded or not. I mean, I guess they did, because they had, you know, some appearances from here to there, but yeah, it's cool. Pizzicato 5 are a pretty cool band. Now for the vinyl stuff. First record off the bat, Les Denudes, the France demo tapes. Yep, France demo tapes, not French demo tapes. You know how it is with Les Denudes. It's like the same songs over and over again with all their bootleg vinyl releases, so there's nothing too crazy about this. There's a shorter version of Strung Out Deeper Than the Night. There's also an Awful Eternity, which isn't on the two records that I own, so I think that's cool. And then the last one is on here too. So yeah, it's you know how it is with LRD. The same songs over and over again. I'm gonna mispronounce this one because of the name of the album. Thangorodim, Tar Nu Fuin, some dungeon synth vanilla, released last year. Tar Nu Fuin, really cool. Get that epic fantasy ambient feeling. Nothing too gaudy in terms of the instrumentation. It has that sort of like old school feel to it. And I mean by gaudy, I mean like these guys like spent $100+ on some plugin for what Ableton or Contact or whatever, you know, whatever little virtual plugin player that they have. This has that kind of like old school music feeling, that Mortis-esque touch, but nothing too lo-fi, you know. It's got that right amount to it, like Old Tower. But yeah, Thangorodim's pretty tight. I love Thangorodim. He's got some cool releases. He also has a new this year called Gillistal. Not bad, pretty cool. Cardiacs, Heaven Born Ever Bright, the 2017 reissue. When I first heard this guy reissue, I was like, fuck, I'll just buy it immediately. Because why not? It's Cardiacs. I like Cardiacs. Heaven Born Ever Bright is like that weird time where, oh man, the light's like shining on the record. Okay, this is better. Heaven Born Ever Bright is from like that weird time period where Tim Smith, this bloke, decided to like reset the band. Like, William Drake, Sarah Smith, and Tim Key aren't here. Dominic Luckman is still there, as with Tim's brother Jim. And then the first appearance of John Poole. Dominic would leave, I think, in '94. and then John Poole, I believe, is the one that comes in for Sing to God. But yeah, this is kind of like a kind of, yeah, it's Tim Smith hitting the reset button on his band. It's like, hey, let's do something a little bit different, but still keep our like signature sound that we usually have and do. And that's what Heaven Born Ever Bright is. It's not my favorite record by them. I think it's still a good record. It's got some total hits. The opening track is like this epic like theme of what it's an epic theme song, I guess is the best way to describe it. And Day Is Gone is an amazing single that came off of this album, and yeah, it total banger of a track. So yeah, Heaven Born Ever Bright by Cardiacs is, yeah, it's a wonderful album. Not the best Cardiacs album. I'd still recommend Little Man in the House in the Whole World Window if you want to check out Cardiacs, but still a relatively good Cardiacs album. And then lastly, because I had to buy this, Dear by Boris. Supposedly the last album, but ended up not being the last album because, hey, people really love us. We should continue doing more of this. I mean, they're probably going to release like a weird, noisy album that has like pop undertones after this. But still, this is a really good album. I like this album. It's probably their best album of their Sargent House phase. It's their best album since Smile, but not as good as Smile, like I've mentioned before in my review of it. It's just droney sludge metal and sludgy drone metal. So yeah, it's Boris. It's what you would expect from a Boris album that they advertise and market as a fan pleaser, a crowd pleaser for the fan base. And yeah, it's good. It's good. I like it. It's consistently good. There are some ups and downs that come up from time to time, but it's a consistent record. Dystopia Vanishing Point, however, is a huge highlight. Like, that's such a great fucking song. When your song starts off with a minute and a half of like dark ambient polka music, it's gonna be fucking great. And yeah, Dystopia is a wonderful little song. But yeah, Dear is a very consistent Boris album. Like I said before, one of their best since their Southern Lord days. So yeah, check it out if you haven't already. I wouldn't say it's my album of the year, but, you know, as a fanboy, it's probably up there. So, recap. Boris Dear. Cardiacs Heaven Born Ever Bright. Thangorodrim's Tar Nu Fwyn. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Tar Nu Fwyn. Les Relais Denudes, the France demo tapes. I keep on wanting to say the French demo tapes, even though it's titled France demo tapes. And Pizzicato 5's Made in the USA, and Trading Basics by Palm. That's it. I'm Loser08. Till next time. Hey guys, before this video ends, I want to do a quick plug for a little podcast that I just created like on Saturday. I'm just testing out the waters on it like I usually do with stuff that I want to do that's like different a bit. It might be the only episode I do. Maybe there might be more. I don't know. But it's a little radio play, DJ mix podcast thingamajiggy that I upload on SoundCloud. The show is based around showing, you know, obscure-ish music that not a lot of people have known. This episode's mostly about like post-rock and shoegaze stuff. Sadly, most from the 90s because I'm a 90s kid bias thing. But yeah, it'd be cool if you want to check it out, then by all means go ahead. If you don't, that's cool too. But yeah, just leaving that there. All right, guys, have a good day.